Yo, what is up, guys? So today I wanted to make a quick discussion video on a recent change that was made to the Elo system in PvP. Now, people have been complaining about Elo for a long time. This is not a new issue that people have been complaining about, but in this newest test realm, some of these issues were addressed and they changed it. So today I'm going to be going over them and tell you why they're not as good as some people may think. So for those of you guys who know, Elo was introduced about a year ago, and what it did basically was it kind of tiered how much rank you got. So back and forth and beyond, it was just plus 16, minus 16, regardless of what you got. But now, for example, if I'm a marshal and I match a recruit and I won that match, I would get 2 rank, maybe 1. And the other person would lose like 4 or 5. Nothing crazy. Instead of just doing the 16, 16, 16, 16, because back then, a win against a warlord was treated the same as a game against a recruit, and you could just farm low rank people, and you would get high rank without actually being a high skilled player. But now, with Elo, you have to, in order to rank up reasonably fast, you have to be matching higher rank people, or you're just gonna get 2 to 3 rank, and then if you lose one game against a high rank person or a low rank person, you're gonna lose all that progress. So they did change it recently, and I will show a screenshot right here. So this is how it looks like in the new test realm: is the person who wins will gain the same amount of rank as the person who loses. Now, this is not always the same, so it depends on the matchup. So as you can see in the screenshot, a person who had just hit Warlord beat someone who was 1730, which is Captain, I believe, and they only both gained or lost 4. Because in current live realm, how this would be, the Warlord would gain 4, and then the Captain would lose maybe 6 or 7. Okay, and this matchup right here specifically is not the main issue with how the system was. The main complaint was when warlords were matching recruit level players. Recruit level players meaning 1500 rank. Now, as we all know, rank does not always equate skill, and this is where I'm going to get into the actual issue with how the Elo system is. So let's say I'm number 8 in the boards right now. I'm 6-1. Let's say I'm 1970 rank, and I match Kira. Okay, even though physically that can't happen, for those of you guys who know. But let's just say I match Kira, okay? And we are both martial level players. However you want to look at it, we both have 1970 rank, and we'll call it martial level players. This is an even matchup. It's a fair matchup. It's fine. Okay. So if I win or lose, whoever wins or loses this matchup will gain like 7 or 8 rank. The other person will lose 7 or 8 rank in the new system. But the issue is when this martial level player makes a new wizard and is all the way back down, all the way down, to the 50th page of the leaderboard where they're 1500. Okay. So let's say I'm fighting, Kyle. Let's say Kyle Blood is Kiera Legend Bloom on a fire. Okay. I'm fighting a martial level player on a 1500 rank. So instead of, me playing this person and gaining 7 or 9 rank, I'm going to be playing this person. And if I win, I'll lose. If I win, I'll win like 2 rank. But if I lose, I'm losing like 30. Okay. Especially in the new system, because if they gain the same amount as we lose, a 1500 beating a 2K, they're going to get like 50 rank. So is the Warlord going to lose 50 rank? It does not make sense. And now I'm going to show you a conversation because someone brought this up to Ratbeard directly. So he said, let's say I queue a recruit on my Warlord and I lose. He gains like 50 and I lose 50. It just seems a little bit out of hand. And Ratbeard says, you're a Warlord, not supposed to lose to recruits. Now, the issue with this, obviously, is because of the point I just made. There's two big issues with that. One of them being, yes, RNG happens. People can just use the new gen spell, one-shot someone, and it could be over. Someone could just be doing an uncounterable strat at a low rank, and maybe they're just two or 3 games in. If they match a warlord because the queue is dead, then you're gonna drop a fuck ton of rank, a lot of rank that's going to take a lot of time to get back. And because of the point I just brought up, where someone could just make a new wizard and queue on that, and that is a martial to warlord skilled level player queuing at level at rank 1500, which is unfair. And then he said, "You're not a warlord." Yeah, it's not actually possible for you to queue a recruit. By the way, yes, it is. Ratbeard, if you pay attention to your game, you realize that happens. I matched someone who was 1300 yesterday on my life. It does happen. If you see otherwise, please let us know. That'd be a bug. It's been a bug for a year. And then he replied, RNG deck fails do happen, which is what I just said, versus low rank players, so it's possible. I've queued records on my way to Warlord. I don't know if that's supposed to be possible. And then Rapper said, of course it's possible, but it's not probable, and that is exactly what Elo is meant to predict. Now, of course, Elo predicting whatever does not even affect anything because the queue is so dead. at 3 a.m., which is normally a pretty good time for the queue, surprisingly, just because of time zones and stuff like that. If you play the two or three high ranked people that are in queue, you will very easily match low ranked players because of how the queue cooldown works. Is after you play everyone, you're just going to keep matching lower and lower ranked players. So them saying you're not supposed to queue low ranked players is only true when the queue is filled, and it's never filled. No time of the day is there more than like 6 max level matches going on. So the idea that someone will just not play low ranked players is just false. And he said the warlord is far more likely to win the matchup, so you gain little to win. Conversely, the warlord is far more likely to win the matchup is only true when it's a true warlord against a true recruit. Like I said, someone of my skill level or someone else could go on a 1500 ranked player. If I made another life, I'm one of the best life players in the queue. Not to like, not to like high myself up, but I've proven it. I feel like if I made another life and I'm 1500 and I match Brandon, who's 2000, life will beat balance if you play it correctly. That's just simply how it is. So if I play that, is he going to lose 50 rank? Is he going to go from number 1 all the way off to the second page because of one match against a martial level player on a different character? That's unfair. Okay, and the biggest issue with this is the devs don't see it. They don't think that it's a possibility because of how different that is. There's multiple solutions to this problem. Is have rank be account wide. It doesn't sound good. I will agree it does not sound good because then it's unfair because I'm a good life player, but maybe I suck at myth or maybe I suck at death. So if I go on those characters, am I going to be, queuing at that high level? No, it doesn't make sense and that's not fair. But at this point, that's a better solution to how it is now. Or what you do, very simply, is just change how Elo works. Make it to where I'm not losing, 15 matches worth of rank because I lose one game to RNG. With how easy it is to win now, all you have to do, with a Shad, if you have 180 damage on a death, you need like a triple buffed hit and you will automatically win. You know how easy it is to get a triple buff hit? No matter what strategy you're doing, it is so easy. So the idea that, a warlord should always win is just false because some strategies naturally just hard counter others. So it's at this point, skill is a very small part of it because there are hard counters in this meta. And there's hard counters in every meta because of how, off-putting Rochambeau is. If you just carry the right cards, you can completely dominate a different school. For example, I'm a life. Death is supposed to be my counter. But all I had to do is carry a fuck ton of weakness counters and some heals and a bunch of bubbles, and I don't lose to death. I just don't. I carry shield counters. Or maybe I ward. And Radbeard says that that's what it's supposed to be. But death is supposed to shit on life. It's just naturally what it's supposed to. But if you just carry a few different cards, you don't lose to that school. And the fact that that's a thing, I could go on a death and match I could go on my 1900 rank death, match a low rank life. And if they just carry the right cards, I could lose that matchup purely just because, the matchup is just one-sided if you play it correctly. So the idea that, the higher ranked person should always win because they're better is false. It's just actually false. And the reason why they're not seeing it is because the devs don't play their game. That is what this all boils down to, is they don't play their game and they don't listen to the actual people this affects. The devs think that this is a good, positive change for high-ranked players, when in reality, they're just making it worse because I'm going to be gaining and losing even more. I'm going to be losing more and gaining less from matching low-ranked players. And they have yet to address the fact that some people have multiple wizards. It seems like the dev team just thinks that every fucking person mains one school. I can point out same person. Those two of his wizards, Tyler Wilde, Garrett Spear, Cass, and Joshua Fireflame, all the same person. He's also Cass Silverwalker. So you're gonna tell me that this person, if he goes on a new ice or a new bounce or a new myth or a new fire, that's 1500 rank, or then is he a true 1500 rank player? If I match him on a 1500, rank fire, is that fair that I should be losing that much? No, it's not. And genuinely, I don't think the devs care at this point because they don't think that happens. So that's really all I could say on the topic. If you guys have anything else to add, please feel free to drop it in the comments or DM me on Discord. I will see you guys in the next one.